So CES was the big story this week, and that's what we're going to talk about for the most part on ICYMI. This is the new show called ICYMI. ICYMI. This week on ICYMI. This week on ICYMI. Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time here and you want to come on back again, then like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, and do please come on back because we're going to do this every week. ICYMI. In case you missed it, is the name of the show, and what we do on this show is we talk about the tech news that's happened throughout the week. Some may be big news stories, some may be small news stories that just sort of slipped by without much notice. So let's start out with maybe the big news of CES this week, and that is our friends over at Apple have finally decided to play nice with everybody else, and they have decided to let people use their HomeKit and AirPlay and iTunes and all that kind of stuff. TVs can now bake these things in just like they can with Netflix or anything else. The companies that initially announced this, Samsung, Vizio, LG, those are three big players in the TV industry today, and what they're doing, I guess, is they're allowing these TV manufacturers to build in AirPlay 2 and iTunes and HomeKit and all those kinds of things, so the TV can once again be sort of a central location, and you don't have to have necessarily Apple proprietary stuff in order to get yourself into that Apple ecosystem. So that's, honestly, I think that's a good thing, because these days it's not really about the hardware. I think Apple's learning right now as iPhone sales fall and everybody else across the smartphone market see sales diminishing, that software and services is the way that they need to go in the future in order to maximize their profits. And so Apple's going to take what they've typically kept for themselves and the folks who have bought into their hardware ecosystem and give it to the world. That's a wonderful thing. We're going to see this on 2019 TVs. I guess Vizio LG revealed they're adding AirPlay and HomeKit support to their 2019 TVs. Those are usually out in April, so we don't have much longer to wait until we see TVs with Apple stuff on them. The thought is that this is Apple's first step toward putting themselves in the position to compete with Netflix when they launch their own streaming service, possibly later this year. But then again, no one really knows when it's going to launch. But when they do, it's going to be a big deal, and they want to compete with Netflix, and that's why they are putting all this stuff on third-party manufacturer TVs, etc., etc. I've been watching CES coverage all week, and I didn't really see any coverage of this particular device, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Samsung has been working on bendable screen technology for a long time, and they really wanted to be the people who got to market first with a bendable screen phone, and we may see sometime soon a bendable screen phone from Samsung, but they did not make it to market first. The first bendable phone that has been released is from a company called Royole, R-O-Y-O-L-E, Royole, and it's called the FlexiPad. The FlexiPad is the world's first bendy phone, and basically it looks like a blood pressure cuff that can go around your arm. It's sort of showing what I think bendable screens can be. I think once we've got smartwatches going on, then the need for a phone itself is not going to be as important, so we may go to these things that we wear on our wrists, on our arms, whatever. So this FlexiPad is a nice step in that direction, but however, all the reports that I've heard of how well it works and whether or not it's going to be something that anyone wants to buy is that it's not very good. Now, it is something that you can buy. It is available right now if you don't mind paying over $1,300 for it, but I would say save your money and wait until FlexiPad 2 comes out or something else. And also, can we just for a moment take just a second to think about that name, FlexiPad. FlexiPad. Yeah, it's a 7.8-inch flexible AMOLED screen, and it can be yours for the low price of $1,300 and some odd cents, dollars change and stuff. FlexiPad from Royole. Whatever. Usually smartphones aren't a big part of CES. Smartphone companies like to keep their announcements of new products to themselves so they can dominate a news cycle. CES is all about all kinds of different things. Some you might see, some you might not, etc., etc. Samsung has decided that they're going to announce a unpacked event for the Galaxy S10 on February 20th, which means we're likely going to get the S10 in March. This is the 10th anniversary Galaxy phone, as many of you know, and it will have the little hole in the screen that some people are saying is not such a big deal, and I'm reserving judgment. As I've said before, reserving judgment. The event will take place in the Bill Graham Civic Auditorium in San Francisco, California. Rumors are that we're going to see a Samsung S10, an S10 Plus, and an S10 Lite, as well as possibly an S10e. So we're kind of hitting all the different price points. But we'll just have to wait until February 20th to see what the Galaxy S10 is really all about, although I think we have a pretty good idea. I'm looking forward to it. It's Samsung's 10th anniversary phone, and I'm looking forward to getting it in my hands and playing around with it and seeing what there is to see. This is a story that just hit today. It's not necessarily CES related, but I thought it was important to let you guys know up to the minute information about the products that you've been waiting for. And yes, the time seems to have finally come, if rumors are to be believed, which we all know whether rumors are to be believed. A company called Charger Lab put on their Twitter that Airpower from Apple is finally coming. Just learned from a credible source, says Charger Lab, that Airpower is in manufacture right now. Lux Precision has already started producing Apple Airpower wireless charging pads. Lux Precision is also the maker of the AirPods and USB-C cables. So, Airpower, which we all seem to think after many false starts and non-starters and not releasing and that kind of thing, seems to be back on the docket here. No real news as to when we might see Airpower in stores. However, Apple typically does have a March event where they might release something like this. They might announce something like this. So we'll just have to see. But according to Charger Lab on Twitter, we have Airpower in manufacture and ready to come to us so that we can all get exactly what we've been looking for. That multi-charging mat thing that we've all been wanting to do and just to this point hasn't happened. Am I excited for Airpower? No, not really. I figured I'd save a spot for my favorite device featured at CES, and that has to be the LG Signature OLED TV R. What is the OLED TV R? Well, it's got a base to it, a big rectangular base with a soundbar inside, and the screen itself rolls up out of the thing, and then it rolls back down. So it looks like a small credenza when it's closed, but when it's open, it's a TV. I own an OLED TV right now from LG. I'm a big fan. If I had the kind of money that I'm sure that they're going to ask for this, then I would snap it up in a second. But I imagine that this TV is going to be well over $10,000, if not more. And so if it ever comes to market, it's not going to come to my house. Unless LG wants to give me one. I would very much enjoy having LG send me something like that. So just give me a call. Let's talk about the saddest thing that perhaps came out of CES. And that is this guy. This is a booth for a company called Shenzhen 3i Robotics Company Limited, and the only thing that they had at their booth was a table, a chair, and a guy who was taking a nap. This almost feels to me like an art installation. It's making sort of a statement on the fact that CES often features a lot of products sort of opulent, over-the-top products that are never going to see the market. And it's just really a giant circle jerk for all the manufacturers out there. I have not had the pleasure of going to the CES. I will go one of these days, but I get the sense that it's not something that I would enjoy because I don't like people. I just don't like people. And so this guy might have been the person for me to talk to. Had I gone to CES this year, Shenzhen 3i Robotics Company Limited, nobody knows anything about them. But they had a booth at CES this year that had a table and a chair and a guy asleep. So that's it. ICYMI for this week. What is today's date? The week ending January 12th, 2019. The week where we saw CES take the world by storm and Apple actually do some things that might help them, as well as some pretty cool TVs and possibly even Airpower. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What was your favorite thing that you saw in the coverage of CES that everybody had going on? These were the things that I was excited about. I'd love to know what you were excited about. Let's have a boisterous discussion down in the comments below. Thank you once again for being here. If this was your first time here and you want to come back again, you can like this video, you can hit the subscribe button, you can hit that bell notification icon. If you've been here before, then you know that I love you very, very much, and I appreciate all the support that you've given to the Painfully Honest Tech channel over the years. Once again, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Ooh. Until the next time, I'm out.